Why have you done this, man? What is it about that site that brings you back time after time?
Oh, thanks, Stephen. Yeah, thanks for the work that you've done over the years as well. I'd just like to start off by acknowledging I'm on Guring-gai country today. And yeah, not just to go through the motions, but I've got an incredible respect for the Guring-gai and Dark Kingdom people and other people, non-Indigenous people, custodians as well, who care for our country. So just need to start off with that. This is a really, really important subject. Short answer, not my strong point. Yeah, just being born on this land, I again just feel so fortunate. I love it with my heart and soul, whether I'm allowed to or not as a white fella. I'm not that white, I guess. All of us come from Indigenous roots. If you go back far enough in our different places of the world that we all came from. So I always had a deep fascination with that, and to be able to go up into Kariong, up the back of Woy Woy Tip was my main area, but I'd come up through the back of Woy Woy Tip and up into Kariong. And first time I saw the glyphs, I was about 8 or 9.
Oh.
But yeah, just getting up into that area, and mainly the caves, mate. The caves have always been my thing. I've been camping in caves. I had some mates that were a few years older than me, and we'd camp in a cave up the back of Dylan's farm near Woy Woy Tip and the Wonderbine Trig, the really high point up there. And just finding the shells left by the Aboriginal people, the hand stencils in the cave, to me, that was still is the most amazing thing that I've ever seen in my life. So in this instance, we're going up against an Indigenous organisation.
Yeah.
Given that the majority of them are from other areas, but I'm going to take on an Indigenous organisation over this because I just thought, wow, already the biggest landowner on the Central Coast.
Yeah.
1,000 more land claims going in, goalposts being moved to allow them to have development. To have to take them on is a massive thing.
It is.
And as you pointed to, has come at a great personal and professional cost, not only for me, but others as well. It's cost us work, and we're constantly harassed on social media. And that's all part of it, I suppose. That's what certainly keeps it real and keeps you grounded and keeps you down to earth when you're out in the eye of the media and the public. It's been something else. This is the start of a battle of epic proportions. They've basically made it so no matter what we say, no matter what we do, this is their plan, that they're going to approve it. So they're not going to give the land back. I think what's happened is the government's got together after the bushfires with their scientific community and their mates in the State Land Council and the developers sort of in the background, always the ones that fund their election campaigns. And they said, how can we keep, I'll use that word again, exploiting the land and keep paying our bosses, basically the big developers and the internationals? How can we keep doing it? And they've come up with this. They've come up with this, that if you stand in the way, then you're standing in the way of Aboriginal self-determination. You're a racist, all the kind of things that our group's been called, which is interesting considering we've got so many Indigenous members, including traditional custodians. It's a massive thing, and we need a tidal wave of opposition to it, and it's something that we're chipping away at in the background. It would have been great to have 1,000 people together today, but in the end, after some conversations, we respected the traditional custodians want to not do it there at the grandmother tree and not do it particularly on the day. It is unfortunate from the perspective that we would have got 1,000 people there today, but we'll see we'll see how this whole thing unfolds. But what we do need to do is come together like we've never come together before, and that's the only way to influence politics. We can do little meetings, we can create awareness. We're kind of past the point of just creating awareness. We need that enormous groundswell of support.
That's a great one, mate. Look, thank you so much for that. We're going to we've got a series of interviews. We're going to run them all, and we're not going to give up. We're just not going to give up. It's that simple. We'll just keep fighting and fighting and fighting, because what we're fighting for, what is right, what should happen. And like you said, mate, there is a lot of bush in this area. Some of it's precious like that is, and some is not that precious. There's plenty of other places to do this. And this is the worst place they could choose. And if they get this one up, it'll be a landslide, Jake. If this one gets up, it'll be happening everywhere. And once the precedent is set, who's going to be able to stop it? This is the point we have to stop them at. And mate,
yeah, I couldn't do it better myself, mate. Good on everyone for coming together. While they're trying to build this template to be able to cause as much destruction as they can, and what they'll start doing is claiming, 500,000, 1 million 1 million hectares of bushland, and they'll just start selling it off to overseas countries. We already know that our government's fine to do that. They've been doing that for a really long time. So that'll be the plan. And before you know it, we won't be able to go into our state forests. We won't be able to go into different areas. That they'll just sell a lot of it off. So we really need to continue. There is the fight side of it. A lot of people, especially with the new age beliefs, like if you say you're going to fight something, you're creating a situation where you need to fight more and more and more, and that's not the right word to use. They've obviously never been involved in a serious environmental campaign before.
No,
a lot of it is, but on the other side of it, let's not fight to get the community together. Let's just come together and keep doing what we've been doing. We've created a template where Indigenous, non-Indigenous, the rest of the community can come together and rise up peacefully, respectfully, but firmly for the place we're all privileged enough to call home. If we can't do that, then well, let's say we can do that. We can do that, and we will. And we'll continue.
And Jake, with you at the front of this, we will. And I want to thank you for that. And that's a good way to finish this up. And thank you so much. I know you've got a really busy day as usual. And in finishing, all I want to say, I really appreciate everything you've done here for such a long period of time. You've been an inspiration to thousands of people. And I know it's taken a huge personal toll, but I also know you're so committed, you won't stop. So thank you so much for doing this, mate. Hopefully this will count for something. And if not, we're trying like we always do, mate. And have a great rest of the day with your daughter. And thank you soon, mate.
No worries, guys. Have a great one, everyone. Good on you for standing up, eh?
Not a problem, mate. Okay, matey. Look up.